So I had Alexander Perna here. There you are. Alexander, welcome back. How are you?
Good. Can you hear me?
Got you now, loud and clear.
Awesome. Hey, good morning.
Good to have you back on Face, Alexander. How things been going?
Good, good. Just trying to get out of the heat here in Florida. It's been
Oh,
super
wow.
humid, and temperatures are reaching sun level.
Yeah. So you have to stay indoors, hide out, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, even the ocean water is like, hovering around like 96. So you can't
Yeah.
even escape.
Yeah, I heard that. It's unbelievable. I think in the Gulf Coast, it's 100 degrees. It's like a
Yeah,
jacuzzi,
yeah, you got to
the
stay in the
ocean now.
cold plunge.
Yeah. All right. Well, I had it out here when we're 104. Not a lot of humidity, but
Hmm.
the markets right now. Do you like this dollar? Do you think that the dollar? I went to your stream, and it said, if you're going to share your screen, that you're looking to sell the weak currencies against the strong ones. Okay, and would that be something like you want to be long yen, US dollar
Um,
yen?
Well, the yen's been quite weak here.
Yeah. I
Here I
mean,
have the
I've tried to top pick it a couple of times. It hasn't been easy. Oh, and there you show that same dollar breakout over that rectangle.
yeah. I mean, it's holding. That was something I was kind of keeping track of. I thought maybe it'd be a false breakout since we're
Yeah.
in weekly supply, we're in daily supply, so definitely higher probability of a turning point. But kind of what you were alluding to earlier, you know, the relative strength is still pointing to a strong dollar, as you can see. It's just been chugging higher. So, seasonally right now, euro dollar tends to be weaker in August. Same with the commodity currencies like CAD and Aussie and New Zealand. So um, it's really difficult when you're at these kind of these potential turning points. Just to stick with the trend is kind of the way to go. And if you take a loss, you take a loss. It's typically at these points though. It's like once I take a loss, it's kind of like I'll take my hand off of the burner. I'll touch it once, and if it burns me, then you got to remove the hand. Don't want to just keep it there.
Yeah.
Because
I
that
would
can
say
hurt you.
with all the cross currents in the currency market, and I've been thinking about this lately, maybe the smart trade is just trade the dollar index. And, I mean, the formation was there. It was threatening that resistance after, I don't know, PCE number or CPI dollar came off and came back like a rocket to close near there. At least the frame of reference couldn't be clearer that the dollar rally aborts back under 102.80. Right. And until then, you're
Yeah.
long. Maybe you're long with reverse out stops under 102.80. You ever do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. I mean, there's still good setups going on with some of the pairs. Like I was saying, like dollar CAD. CAD typically seasonally is weak this month. Let me see if I can.
And that may tie in, I think crude has peaked, and I'm looking for at least a correction to begin with in crude.
Yeah,
That should be supportive of USD CAD, right?
yeah, I could see CAD putting in a high. It's been kind of it's at the extreme high of a range that it's been just kind of lingering in. I think the low is around 64 or something like that. So definitely interesting. And so yeah, seeing CAD coming off the highs would definitely give a
Yeah.
boost to a dollar CAD. But you can kind of see, I have all these small charts here. Um,
Yeah, that still looks bullish.
Yeah, so here's August. This is a weekly chart, so we're just coming into it now. So typically in August, we'll see kind of that stronger CAD. So I put a line right here just to mark August.
I had a guest last week who discovered the close correlation between USD CAD and VIX.
Oh, really?
So he's
Well, that's
using it
interesting.
to trade the market,
Huh.
as a kind of a risk-off currency that's leading the VIX.
Huh.
So
I'll have to. I don't really look at the VIX all that often.
yeah,
Primarily as a currency trader, just
right.
not really my thing. But that's interesting. I mean, I'm all about correlations. I think it's super interesting. Typically, I go towards seasonal correlations just because there's kind of more glue there, if you
Okay.
will.
So is
But
August kind of an I don't know month?
no,
I, because
go ahead.
I think that was an important low, and I think Dixie will see 108. All I have are short-term questions. I don't have a
Mm,
long-term question. The short-term
yeah.
question is, am I going to be able to add on with the Dixie pulling back to say 101.5 again?
Mm.
Is there going to be a
Yeah.
pullback?
Yeah, I'm waiting for that turn. So it's we're Dixie's in an area where I believe it could turn and aggressively, but you know you end up fighting the trend if you just look for reversals. So
Yeah,
so the only thing that I've really been fighting is like long. I was trying to go long pound dollar, but it's just breaking down. And I had this little area here that I was looking at,
yeah,
these little demand zones, especially when you have a wick kind of try to come down and test it as it moves away. They tend to be quite strong and had a little reaction here, but it's just not holding. So, that this is the only kind of currency that I was really trying to fight this dollar strength with. And as you can see, it's just
didn't
breaking
work. Yeah,
down.
yeah, I tried it too. We had little pops, but you know what? When I look at this right now, I'm more objective than I look at even my own. Is that every rally, the two rallies we've had, have been small retracements, 38,
Yeah.
50%. And maybe that's the demonstration of how weak it really is.
Mm.
We got used to having, 61.8s and, more of a two-way trade. And it's been pretty much a one-way trade since the highs.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Looking at it hindsight, it's even this rally here is kind of
Yeah,
holding a round number, the
that's the one
130.
I caught. I caught that.
Nice.
But then I was looking for more here, um, just like you, from last week, and all I got was a maybe 1 day pop out of it. And
Yeah.
now it looks like it's threatening a neckline.
Yeah, it's something that would be interesting to see. I don't
Yeah,
think anyone's really pointed this out. Normally the fin twit is all about reversals, and I haven't seen anyone kind of talking about this.
yeah.
I know here.
That would measure like 121 or so, wouldn't it? 131 to 125, 20, yeah, 122 about
Just like
measured
a
move.
simple measurement.
Yeah,
Yeah, around 121.
yeah. It's a big trade.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll definitely, I'll be watching this in conjunction with the dollar. But for me, it's really trying to stick with the clear stuff. So like dollar yen. Dollar yen's been really easy, especially now that we're breaking above this round number 145 handle.
Okay.
So
Do you,
really into dollar yen right now. Um, the
do you have
yen
any
overall
upside supply? Where's it going to come in at the October highs at 152?
kind of looking at the weekly chart for that.
Yeah, yeah,
And so what's nice is we have that the next quarter is 127.50, which would be right around here. So we have a good, 250 pips or so till we get around supply and resistance.
Yeah.
Again, just because we're at these highs, I always push myself to just follow the trend, and then if I burn myself here, I just take a step back, and then we'll say, okay, let's reassess this. So still bullish. I think it can rally, but a nice little area that this topped out in. This thing has just been a beast. If you go to you have to go to like a 3-month chart. But you see this inverse head and shoulders here.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Kind of interesting.
Where was the
and this-
breakout? 125?
Yeah, right around there, 125.
Okay.
And I mean, projections, take it with a grain of salt here, but we could see a very weak yen if this wants to hold itself and just kind of continue in this overall uptrend. And it seems like a quick reaction, had that small, relatively small to this chart. This is a 3-month chart, but, quick recovery after that dip.
The 28 breakout held like a champ.
Yeah. So definitely dollar yen has been on my radar. I've been trading a lot of dollar yen and Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie seasonally tends to do better since the commodity currencies do take a hit. We typically see like Euro New Zealand. Let's see here. So like I have that in green. Euro Aussie in green. I'm going to get out of that 3-month chart there. But these like just super clean trends are really what I try to look for. And kind of what I try to highlight when I post my relative strength stuff. So, just looking at the relative strength, you have New Zealand as the weakest currency and the euro as one of the strongest. Same with dollar yen. Right now the dollar is top of the pack. It's the strongest single currency out there, where the yen is one of the weakest. So you take kind of one of each group and you smash them together, and you typically find these just really clean trends. As opposed to like if you've traded Aussie dollar lately, Aussie dollar has been a mess. Let's go to like a smaller time frame.
Choppier.
Yeah, it's
sideways.
It's been difficult. Same with pretty much any of these purple little markers. So like Aussie yen hasn't had a lot of follow through. Aussie New Zealand, because the weakness on both sides with the commodity currencies, the Aussie and New Zealand just can't really have an extended move. Aussie and New Zealand will have these knee-jerk reactions, but typically just.
So when you code them like that, the purple means avoid.
Purple just means sideways, and in my book, that's avoid. As a trend trader, I really don't want to participate in range markets, even though actually studies have shown retail traders do better in range markets, since their tendency is to kind of fade.
And they get bailed out. They get bailed out. Yeah.
So I don't really like to say avoid, because I know there's a lot of traders out there that have robust range trading systems, and that's fine. But for me, certainly,
you're looking for the trend.
Green is the trend.
Okay. And red is a short or what?
Yeah. So like New Zealand CAD.
Okay.
Nice overall trend just going down.
Yeah.
New Zealand has been weaker than the CAD, so that's what's kind of forcing this lower. But when you're for any of you guys listening now who are a little lost with the relative strength, I post this stuff here And these are the two groups that I was saying to take one of. So notice CAD isn't there. So CAD's somewhere in the middle here. And so, when you get single currencies that are close to one another in relative strength,
Yeah.
even if you have a trend, the trend's typically going to be choppy. It's going to be just wider swings. So kind of here, you can see the overall direction, but these swings go typically deeper. And you'll get kind of false breakouts here as it then wants to re-break the low. You had something over here.
Some
trick
shakeouts.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, just trying to stick with the trends. Things that look really good. You don't just want to buy after a rally in price, but you certainly want to kind of create a list that of the currencies that are showing strength, and you want to keep your eyes on that.
Can we see your currency meter, your strength meter? Do you have it, or you just post it in the data column?
I just post it.
Okay.
I had an Excel spreadsheet that I used to post, and
Okay.
it's acting weird. Like typically I'll
Hacked.
redo the chart every month, and it started to want to bring in prior month dates. So like if I was trying to do August, it would want to bring in June.
You're getting hacked by the Chinese, man.
Yeah. So
they want your stuff, Alex.
I've been tinkering with it, but at the moment it's just in this kind of format right now.
Okay.
But it's a process. I basically use the currency pairs, so I don't use the futures, but I use the currency pairs, and I basically create a benchmark, and I just see, is this pair above or below the benchmark? And if it's above the benchmark, then the base is strong and the quote is weak.
Yes.
The base being the front currency, the quote being the back. And then vice versa if it's below the benchmark. And typically the benchmark's a 200 period moving average. So it's simple. It just takes a little bit of work when you're doing it by hand. So it was nice, having that chart, because I could show a visual of the historical movement,
right,
of the positioning. But like I said, I just got to work on that a little bit.
Do you have a website?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
So so what's your model? Are you working with people individually, or do you have a group?
I'm really just trade on my own. I did start getting involved with kind of a startup, Trader Tactics, where I'll be doing live trading rooms. But really, it's just me. I was actually August is my 15th year of trading. And for 7 of those, I was an instructor and I was traveling around doing all that. But after that ended, I kind of just like to trade for myself. I post random stuff on my Twitter, but I don't really have much to sell. I'm not really in.
But you like giving people heads up about and what you're doing, and maybe it'll help them.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends in the trading community, so we kind of keep up on one another through Twitter and just social media like that.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
Really just, I like to just trade for myself, and it's nice.
I think you can learn from and anyone watching this video live or later, very important theme to get down is relative strength in anything, in stocks and commodities and how things pair up. I'd at the minimum agree. I'd follow Alexander at whose trend, WHOSTREND, and learn from him. He's offering it. So if you're hungry to know something I think is relevant. You know, I use a RSI. What's that? Relative strength. So, you know, it's important to know your leaders and laggards to help you
Hmm.
with your trade selections. So I'm a big believer in it, in what you're doing. And thank you for having a giving spirit, just sharing it with people.
Thank you for inviting me on. I always enjoy just coming in and talking. You know, it was different, you know, coming into just trading for myself and at home when I was in the classroom for so long and almost every day interacting with traders and getting their perspective. I think trading is almost all perspective, and that's kind of where I got my handle from. Whose trend? You know, it depends on who
Yeah.
you're going to ask, but
Yeah.
so it's
Well,
nice.
well,
And
listen to the Van Morrison song, "Why Must I Always Explain?" And
okay.
you'll be glad you're not teaching anymore.
So
It's a
I do
great,
appreciate
great
you
song.
letting me come on.
All right, Alexander. Good hunting the rest of the summer, and we'll get back together and see where the leadership is in the fall.
Great. Awesome, Dale. Well, take
Okay.
care, and I'll
Thank you,
talk to
buddy.
you later.
My trading warrior brother, Alexander Perna. Follow him at Who's Trend. So, guys, you could join the team in 21 minutes for the morning edge. Don't just count your pips, count your blessings. See everyone for Turnaround Tuesday.
Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with Forex Analytics. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like these videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the content that we provide here for free. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.